All right, everyone, let me share my dumb moves with you. And I did actually do well at earnings. I tend to do pretty good at earnings, and I'll show you that. It's just one scalp, quick scalp, and then I just traded one ticker symbol. But let's do this morning. Now, I do work full time, so I really only have 30 minutes in the morning, and so this is going to be pretty quick. I did my standard Palantir and Nvidia, and then I traded Marvel at earnings. So right out of the gate this morning at the open, I have told you never trade this first candle. I never trade this first candle, and I did. And I regret it. I started off so deep in the hole this morning that even pulling out $53 in Palantir, I don't even know how I did it. So, and I'll go along and show you what I did here and what I was thinking. And if I wouldn't have taken this big dump here, and there was one in here that I dumped on right here, and it was another stupid move, and I'll show you that. By the time I got over here and actually started focusing, I was already down about $250, almost $300. So for me to pull out through the rest of this and get back up to 53 positive, that was about $350 to $400 in gains right here. So somehow I managed to pull it off. So let's look at the opening candle. Now I took a chance and I got in on this first big run up, which I've told you most stocks, like the ones I trade, Palantir and Nvidia mostly, they'll either have this first big huge candle, and I've always said you got to be careful because the next one many times will dump. Well, the news, we're at war, and Palantir I felt would be really strong, and there's just a lot of commentary saying, bringing them up. It's like they're in the news again. Okay, whatever. I made a mistake. So I get in at 154.62. So that was about, I got in right, oh God, 154.62. I got in almost at the end here. It was right here. And then it dumped. And then I got stubborn. It pulls up and comes back up. And I got in. Oh, sorry. No. I got out on that dump. I got out at 153.19. That's where I took a bulk of my loss here because I got out for $1 loss. Over $1. It was $1.50. So I was down 150 just off the gate. Then I get back in here. So what it was it turned green. It was higher lows. And then I just decided that I just got stubborn. The news was good. For Palantir, the news is good. War is bad, but for Palantir, the news was good. So I get in, I'm writing it up here. And then right up here, I got really stubborn. This is this is something that I do. And I know it's probably not right, but I do it on a couple of the stocks I trade. And I've been doing it for a long time. And I'm watching these scalping indicator volume bars. And it's just something that I do with Palantir and Nvidia that I can tell by the pressure. I don't know how to explain it. When you start watching one ticker symbol for so long and trade it every day, you start to know, you get a feel for the volume and how it's flickering between buyers and sellers and back and forth and how the battle is going. And I'm usually right on this, but I was wrong here. And I'll show you why I was wrong. And I just wasn't opening my eyes and seeing this. So price comes up here. It's fighting to get past this level. Now, here's where I was really watching. This fib level held right here. I never should have gotten in this candle. I should have waited till it passed this fib level and was well beyond it, but I didn't. So that's where I lost there. Then it comes back up. It shoots past this fib level, you'll notice. Look at that, just barely a little wick there. And I actually had gotten in here right at that wick and got in. I think I added right here. So we come up. I get out up here and I'm waiting. I just know it's going to hit through this on this candle. I can see this pressure, see this pushing up here, the wicks. I'm expecting it to get past this, at least to this level. I expect it to at least get to the $0.50 mark, the 155.50. And because of news and because of sentiment, I just think this is really strong here. So I got stubborn, you guys. It wicks here, and I think, nope, it's going up. Well, this is what I missed. This comes down. Look right here. I'm going to try to make this bigger so you can see it. This candle here, these candles, the lows were higher and higher and higher. So even though this was red, it was still strong enough for me to consider getting in or staying here. The problem is, see where this wicked right here and it went down below this one? That's 4 cents. It went below the candle to the left's low by 4 cents. That, along with it stopping right here and trying to pull back to this fib level, it was almost like it was being a magnet pulling back to it. I should have known that this was not going to be that push up that I was looking for, that I sometimes get. Now, eventually it did over here, but it wasn't ready for it yet. I ignored that signal right there. What happened was I got this big dumping candle right here. It came up a little bit, came over, and I got stubborn, and I got out here and I got back in. So this was bad. I was down at this point 250 at least. It was a little more than that. So it pulls down, and I think maybe then it's just going to go down now, because this was a pretty big pullback back to almost where it was pre-market. And then I get back in right here. We have this inside bar candle right here. The green one is inside this one in a smaller wick. And then we shoot up here. We come back, and I get out a little bit right here, and I get back in here, and I ride it up. And this is where I went from negative 250 right here to right here. I ended, and I shouldn't have played this. I did give quite a bit back here in this area. I should have stopped when I was right about here. And so I made back, what, $300 at least. So if I would have just ignored that, which I broke all my rules, I got into that first candle when I shouldn't have. I was trying to push through this resistance right here without seeing this wick come down, without seeing the fib there. I was ignoring it all. I just should have not done that, and I would have had a much better day. So by 7:30, I have to stop, and this was 7:06 or so. So let's go over to NVIDIA. So $53 there, that was fine. Now let's go over to NVIDIA. NVIDIA was terrible, and I'll tell you why. I finally shut down my platform actually at this point. So on NVIDIA, I immediately came over to NVIDIA because I can usually do well with both NVIDIA and Palantir. And I thought, well, I'll just come over to NVIDIA and just take a few scalps and make some money. But what happened? I'll make this bigger. Every now and then, I don't know if this happens to you guys if you trade on ThinkOrSwim, but my ThinkOrSwim platform just, I don't want to say it freezes, but it lags so poorly that I'm sitting in a trade and I can see the order sitting right here, that red line that comes across, and it's showing that I'm trying to get in 100 shares, and the price is moving past me. Well, I hit market order, and usually it will move, that line will move with the price until it fills. So at least I know it's going with it. And it was just freezing up. I could not understand why. And then, of course, it felt like a minute, but it was really probably 4 or 5 seconds. But price can move a lot against you in that time. And boy, did it ever. It was not good. And it was kind of spooking me because I didn't want to trade anymore. So eventually right here, I know that I was not getting in at these levels where they're showing. I was getting in lower than these and trying to get out higher. And it was just waiting too long. And I was hitting cancel, flatten, whatever. I finally decided to shut my platform down. I wish I could have had the time to come back. Again, at 7:30, I got to get to work. And look at this, it went straight up. But I shut the platform down and decided I'll just come back for earnings and see if shutting down my platform helped, which it did. I came back for earnings and I did MRVL. Now, out of all of them that had earnings, and I'll show you right here, these were the ones, there was a lot more than this that had earnings, but I go through on Sundays, I've told you, and I go through all the earnings, make watch lists for the whole week. And today I had gone through these, and MRVL, RUM, and I didn't really want to trade RUM, but I had it here. But MRVL and IoT were the two I wanted to trade. I missed IoT because I was in MRVL at the time. And I owned MRVL years ago, so I'm at least familiar with it. IoT I've never owned. I've never traded them. And I saw it run up, and I just got spooked because I don't know the stock. And I didn't do enough investigation on it today or research. So right here, after the close, right here, they hadn't announced earnings till this candle right here. And I got in the candle right before. Normally, when people are waiting here, the price fluctuates up and down a lot. and people are either jumping the gun or I don't know. I usually don't get in when that happens. But when I see the price go totally sideways on doji candles all the way across doji candles, that's what interests me. Then I think, okay, I think this might be good just based off past experience. So I got in right on this candle right here at 76.15, only 25 shares. I don't use margin at night. And I don't want to, after hours, I won't use margin. And I don't want to have it drop down and own it. A lot of shares. I don't mind owning 25 shares. If it's going to dump, I'll own it and swing trade it for a little while. But I didn't want to own 50 or 100 shares of it right now. So I went ahead and just cautiously took 25 shares. So it went from 76.15 and it shot up. It actually didn't shoot up fast. This was actually nice and steady. And when it got to 79.29, it was almost right at the tippy top right here. I got out and it perfect because it dumped down. I believe this is about a $3 move. That was about a $3 move here, $4. And this was probably $4 or $5 move right here. It came back up, but I was done. You guys, by this point now, I got in with no spread. It was probably 5-cent spread. And when I got out, it had gone up pretty quickly and the spread was still, I remember looking and it was still, I believe, below 10 cents. So I caught that really nice. But as we started getting into this, now the spreads were getting really high. And I just decided I'm done, especially because this was just wacky. You'd have a big red candle of $3, a big green candle of $4, and then $2.50. And that is not something I want to trade. And what I'll do is I'll come back tomorrow and trade it because this will probably trade nicely tomorrow. So that was it, 78.74. So my positive $53 on Palantir and negative 52 on Nvidia only gave me about an extra buck there between the two. So total, I ended up with $79.57. Not the best day for me at all. But even on days where I only have a few minutes to trade because I'm working, if I can just bring in even an extra 80 bucks there, 100 bucks, 200 bucks, I'm fine with that, especially if I don't lose. That's the most important thing. If I'm practicing and gaining knowledge and experience and I'm still keeping the account slowly increasing and not depleting it during my learning years, I'm fine with that. So this was definitely a successful day for me. Now, of course, I wish I would have done $200-300, but I'm fine. This is good. Happy. All right, you guys, please tell me in the comments what you did today, what you traded. Did you trade earnings? There was a lot of smaller cap runners this morning, low floats going. So tell me if you did any of those. I did 5 of them, but I didn't want to show you because it's tedious because I would make $8, then lose $8. And then the next one I'd make $3 and then lose $3 on the next one. So it was just a bunch of kind of practicing pre-market while I was drinking coffee. So let me know what you traded. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.